talking about communion here today and how that fits into homiletics and preparing for it and executing it during a church service. So I just want to share a few thoughts with you, and then we'll give you an example of a communion part of our service here at Grace Church in Chapel Hill. I'm Jim Reckless, one of the pastors here, so it's one of the regular things I do here. We do serve communion every week here at Grace Church. It's been part of our history for 26 years. Most churches don't do that, so you're going to have to find the context for where you're pastoring, leading, or the church you're a part of and how this fits in. What I would say is this: whenever you do communion, however often you do it, you want to make it meaningful for people, both for believers who are regular attenders at Grace at your church, or for those who are visiting you. Maybe they're not believers yet. I believe that communion is a living demonstration. It's like a living drama of the gospel being played out in front of people's eyes. I love the idea that there's doctors, teachers, nurses, administrators, technical people in our church, and here they are in public acknowledging that Jesus Christ came to the earth, that Jesus Christ died for their sins, rose from the dead, and that they're trusting and believing in that. And they're expressing their faith in the gospel every time they take communion at Grace Church. So I believe it's a powerful testimony both to believers and non-believers when it's done. So how do you go about making communion meaningful in your service? Let me give you a few pointers that we've drawn from, and I think helps us be effective in taking communion as a church. First of all, you don't want to have communion be a long, drawn-out process in a service. I think you want minimum contact during the communion time, content during the communion time. I don't believe you have to review what communion is all about, maybe reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 11. I don't think that that's necessary every time you have communion. What I do think is helpful is to draw one key thought from Scripture, usually just one verse, that helps people understand the significance of who Christ is, what He's done for them, and how that relates to their lives. I think there are a few questions to ask and answer when you're delivering